Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Triple Threat Comics YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ian Miller. Tonight, we welcome a new guest to us. He's got a Kickstarter going on right now. He's the writer and creator of The Dogs, and he's promoting his latest Kickstarter for his comic series, Dime Store Detective. Please welcome Jon Dexter.
How's it going?
Welcome, Jon.
Hey, I love your Batman shirt. Did you see the new, I don't want to say controversy, but the reveal that actually it's his front, not his back of that cover?
Yes, I saw that.
That's crazy. All this time.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
That's right. This is my favorite cover.
Yes, that is an awesome cover. It's very classic. I might have to do an homage cover one of these days. I don't know how I'd fit it in with my Alpha Dogs, but my Alpha Dogs, I always do homage covers, and that's a great cover. But
Yeah.
I digress. But
That's a great conversation starter. So there you go.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so before the show started, you've been doing comics for a number of years.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I started. I did a comic back in, oh my god, it was like 2009 called Space Cruising. That was like a 4-year ordeal. I ended up running out of money, and then had to put it on the back burner. And then, thanks to the success of the graphic novel Alpha Dogs, I was able to finish that up, and I actually am shipping those out right now. I had a Kickstarter for it for issue 1. It went over pretty good. I've had a lot of good reviews for it. It's something very different than what I usually do. But I like to do all different genres. This was a sci-fi, and Dime Store Detective is a supernatural crime mystery. It's very much in the noir. If you're a fan of like Stephen King's It, if you're a fan of True Detective, LA Confidential, it's got that kind of that old gumshoe mentality, but it's very much in a present time. It's a lot of fun. Got a lot of thrills to it, and it's a great mystery that's strung along. Whenever it's kind of story that to kind of help people out. So this is this awesome cover that Fernando Malik and Ezekiel Dominguez drew and colored. And whenever we're in the present, when the detective is on the hunt for the serial killer, it's in color. Then whenever we flash back to 40 years ago, when the detective is 8 years old, raised by moonshiners, it's in black and white to kind of help differentiate, just so it helps people not get confused. But also, I love that old noir feel, that old black and white feel. So we go back and forth 40 years time span for this huge mystery of this malevolent entity. So in the present time, we open up with Detective McIntyre. He, City Hall hates him. His captain hates him. He's a person that doesn't get into the politics and does his own thing. And he comes upon the newest victim of the serial killer. She's been strung up in the woods, and not coincidentally, left over the burial grounds. The detective's father and uncle buried multiple bodies 40 years ago when they were embroiled in this moonshine war.
Wow.
It's 4 generations of moonshiners back in 1981 during the Dry County. This takes place in North Georgia. And they're moonshiners. They got a cool souped up Barracuda that they outrun the cops with. Well, they try to get the Dixie Mafia tries to hustle them out of business. This very powerful gang, but they're very proud people, and they're hill people, and they're not going down without a fight. Well, as the series goes along in issue 2, they have to find a new place for the still. So they go to the Appalachian Mountains and find this hidden cave, and inadvertently release this evil entity that the Cherokee have trapped for hundreds of years in this cave, and kind of all hell breaks loose, as you can imagine. And now we discover, perhaps not to give away too much of the story, that this being has returned to wreak havoc on this McIntyre, the detective McIntyre, and there's a lot of city going on. You got the Epstein Island stuff kind of going on. It's a lot of cool stuff. It's a lot of fun, and it goes by at a pretty quick clip.
Wow. A lot. And this is the 4th issue that you're going to, right?
Yeah. It's going to be 8 in all when it's all said and done.
There's a lot in there, and I love it. I'm loving every second of it. I even like I even like the name Dime Store Detective.
Oh yeah. So I always loved, I wanted to have that dime store feel. I loved the title Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So that's kind of was inspiration too. I wanted to, like you pull it off the shelf, the kind of thing. I just love it, and so that's why I wanted to use the title.
Yeah. So let's show them the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You got 55 backers. You got 26 days to go, and you actually went up from when I last checked.
It's been going up steadily. It's great. It's tracking better. Each issue gets more backers every issue, which is great because especially right now, Kickstarter is so inundated with comics, and um, July was kind of rough for Kickstarter people. Hopefully, August is getting better. But yeah, so the great thing is it's tracking better than the last issue, which tracked better than the other issue. So I'm pretty happy. We're just over 50% funded, and still got plenty of days left, obviously.
Yeah, that's just great. Okay, let's just check out the trailer you got.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thanks. Yeah, I always tell people if the trailer doesn't convince you to back the campaign, I'm out of ideas because the trailers are always great.
Well, yeah, and yeah, I like the idea of mixing the typical detective story with horror. So
Yeah.
that's something you don't really rarely see any these days, but it's very
No,
exciting.
no, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna invest my time, invest people to invest their money, if I'm gonna spend the time and money into creating something, I want to make something that's original, something no one's ever seen before. And I believe I did the same thing with the Alpha Dogs and with Space Cruising. I believe that when someone picks up one of my comics off the shelf, it's going to be very unique, and there's not going to be two of them like that. And I think there's plenty of reviews. It's not just me talking. You can read the reviews online. I post a lot of reviews from respected comic book reviewers. If you go to YouTube and type in Dumpster Detective reviews, you can find plenty of them. So people have really been enjoying it. It's just me promoting it, so it's tough because you don't have I hire out terrific artists, but they're overseas, and so it's pretty much just me trying to get the word out. But it's getting there.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. That's what we want. We want you. Here's the thing. I always want the guests that come on the show to succeed. So if you gain the kind of traction that you're looking for, that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And this cover is just awesome. My artists are Stone Tower Studios, Argentina. They do all the art, all the graphics, all the color. they're magnificent, as you can tell. I mean, I'd put these covers up against anything the big three do.
Yeah, yeah, it's just spectacular. I mean, just the line
Yeah.
work, it suggests a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And I had to get the Barracuda. Everybody loves the Barracuda. So, and the Barracuda is kind of like a character in the story. So, as you probably well know, the moonshiners had to get souped up cars, muscle cars to outrun the cops. Well, theirs was a 73 Barracuda with a Hemi motor. My dad restored them. And so I've always loved those cars. They're beautiful cars. And so in the past, the detective's father drives that car and it's handed down to the son. So the detective in the present drives that same car. It's kind of a character in the story. I wanted a car kind of like Kid or the Supernatural car, or, a car that kind of was a character in itself.
Well, it's definitely one of the stars because it's just spectacular.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's totally cool.
Yeah.
This is done by Jeffrey Hayes. He's a fantastic, respected artist. Somebody was like, "Is that CGI?" I was like, "No, he's just that good." I showed him the sketches and stuff. He's that good. It's just an amazing cover. I wanted to have that old, 1940s detective with the trench coat and the old 1950s movie poster look to it, and he succeeded in spades. So
yeah, I was about to comment on that because it looks spectacular. Because you really do channel the 1940s noir meeting the 1950s B horror movies.
Yes, exactly. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that's what I wanted to go for, and I can't wait to hold that cover in my hands.
Well, it's spectacular. All the covers are spectacular, but I have to say this has to be my favorite.
Yeah, I would have to say, yeah. I don't want to pick because I love all my artists, so I don't want to choose, but they're all fantastic covers.
Yeah.
And then you can get the PDF for only $5, 24-page comic book. I've been looking at Kickstarter comics right now, and I understand the price of paper just skyrocketed, so I probably had my prices too low, but it's all good. And there's issue 1. I had one person get issue 1, probably just to check it out. That's only $10. And then issue 4 is only $12 for the main cover.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, it says you also have the digital version as well.
Yes, yeah, you get for $12 you get the digital and the physical comic book. So I believe that's a really good deal nowadays because I've been seeing a lot of 24-page comic books with, all due respect, not as good of art as my artists have, and they're charging $15 for the cover. So I think it's a very valuable price point that I put on it.
Yeah.
And then issue 2, speaking of great covers, that's a great cover. That one has the Barracuda set in, at the center of it. And then on the left, you have 1981 with the dad standing in the Barracuda. You can see, you probably can't see it very well from here, but it's got the old movie theater on the one side with the dad, and then the other side is the president with the detective. So that's a really cool cover too.
Yeah, I like the concept. Past being the present.
Yeah. And then that's my son's favorite cover right there, issue 3. That's got the cave in the background where they go into the Santite chamber, and the Cherokee has left a warning, etched on the wall. And of course, there are guys in their early 20s, they don't listen. So they go in there and breach this circle and release the malevolent being.
Wow, that's fantastic. And obviously, this is the cover B for issue 4. That's for $3. And then you have cover C, $15. Yep. Very nice.
And then you have the special edition, which is only a few bucks more. I sign them, and your name is on the back of the thank you page. And I just saw Kickstarter end recently where he was charging $50 to sign. It was I think it was $25, and then he was charging $50 to sign them. So I think I got a pretty good, just a couple bucks more. I sign it, and your name's on the last page of the comic book on the thank you page, which is kind of cool.
Ah,
Yeah, these ones, it's only $2 more to get it signed and your name on the thank you page. So,
yeah,
um,
very nice.
yeah, and this is the digital version, $19, and you get all 4 comics. 2 of the comics are like 26 pages, 28 pages, something like that. So it's a really good deal.
Very nice.
And it's all 3 covers. Man, like I said, they're all spectacular. You won't go wrong with any of them.
Well, here's the thing: you should collect them all.
Exactly. That would really help me out get funded.
Yeah,
And
just make it.
yeah. And you get the digital and you get any stretch goals that are unlocked. So
Yeah.
and here is you get all 4 issues. That's the variant cover because I'm almost out of the regular cover. And then the other 3 covers that are the main covers of the series.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously all 4 issues, the special edition. Only for
Yeah,
50
so
bucks.
it's $5 more. I sign all of them, and your name's on the thank you page, and you get the digital version.
Yeah, I really like the ad that you have here. You have the do not crush sign regular, then have the burning in the bottom.
Yeah, that all credit goes to Lucas Sharita, my project manager. He runs Stone Tower Studio. He does all the graphics. He's amazing and a great friend. So
Yeah.
I'm very
Ah,
lucky. Now this one is a great one. You get every comic I've done, all 4 issues of Dime Store. There's only one so far released of Space Cruising, so there's issue 1 there, and all the issues of Alpha Dogs in the trade. So there's 4 issues of Alpha Dogs plus the bonus story that you can only get in the trade, and that's all there. So all of my comics, everything I've done, and I can just about guarantee you're going to enjoy them. Every Kickstarter I've done, I get more backers, and get more money. So I'm doing something right. I'm still small, I'm still just me. So hopefully there's some
hey,
stuff going to be happening that hopefully in the near future, I can't really talk about. That's hopefully going to really put a Wi-Fi signal on my work. So stay
yeah,
tuned. Hopefully
yeah,
this week.
absolutely, absolutely, for that. Absolutely. But personally, folks, if I were you, I'd buy the collection.
Yes, absolutely. You'll enjoy it. You, like I said, don't take my word for it. There's plenty of reviews out there on social media. If you go to YouTube, you can type in a review for one of my comics, and you can have somebody else tell you.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
this
so we
is
got
every cover. Yeah, this is all my Dime Store covers, and I'll tell you, 2 of them I've only got a few left. So this will be the only time I'm going to be able to offer issue 2 variants because those are just about out. I think I've got like 7 of them left. So yeah, so I'm not gonna. I actually didn't realize how low I was getting on the one with the 2 guys with the flashlights. That's I've only got a few of those left. So this will be the last time you're going to be able to get those.
right again soon.
Yeah. And like I said, all the covers are fantastic.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
got
and they tell you a little bit more about the story without really revealing anything.
exactly, yeah. And I'm surprised no one's taken this one yet. Every campaign I've done, somebody has bought a page of the original artwork. So for issue 1, it was all hand drawn,
Mhm.
and in issue 2, half was hand drawn, and after that, everything went digital. So there's very limited. I'm only giving 5 of these, selling 5 of the original artwork from issue 2, and this might be the last time I do it because you want to keep your artwork. Especially considering there's so few of them out there. And if who knows, maybe if the series blows up, that might be worth something. Who knows? But I'm only doing offering 5 of those, so it's worth I think investing in.
Yeah, I think so. Especially if you're a collector that loves collecting the original artwork.
Yeah,
Oh, what's this?
it's a virtual meet and greet. they always say put something big out there for people to back, and I've been very blessed. The last campaign, 2 people backed it, so I put out there, and who knows, maybe somebody will back it this time. But it's a Zoom talk with and we talk about comics, whatever you want to talk about, and it's for as long as you want to chat, and it's a lot of fun. So I've been, like I said, I've been blessed to have almost every campaign somebody back it. So
That's just great.
yeah. And then here's the stretch goals. That's higher paper quality stock, and the next one, if you get to 4,000, hopefully that's a variant dress. It's a print you can get, and it's a pure black dress. Where in the comic it's orangish red. And then we've got bookmarkers and all sorts of stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, the bookmarker I really like a lot.
Yeah.
Especially perfect for when you're reading novels, especially novels.
Exactly. And here's some preview pages of issue 4. So here we've got as I said, this Moonshiner War. You've got this gang that tries to run the father off the road, and he's got a son with him, and he's not too happy about that. So
yeah, some great illustrations of the characters, the setting.
Alberto Remar, he does all the artwork for this, and he's awesome. Yeah, and then here, I just skip a few. There was a little spoiler I didn't want to show. So basically, and really the heart of the story is this story about a father and a son. The son idolizes his father, the detective Mackinder, and he can think he believes his father can do no wrong, even though his father's been vilified as a killer, because of all the dead bodies that we're not going to say how this happens, keep that in my hat. But so his father goes to prison as a murderer, but the son never gives up faith in the father. And it's a really sweet story about the relationship between a father and a son, and the son's, trying to redeem his father. And here he finds his dad. Well, he holds his dad's little lockbox there, and he's got a lot of sentimental souvenirs. The father's cross, this plain Catholic playing card that has the Archangel Michael with a flaming sword, and he's got a picture of his father and him together when they were kids. And then the next one, you see his dad being hauled off to prison for life. It gets you in the feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's my ugly mug.
Well, I think it's great. I think it's great, to able to promote your books, especially with the stands.
Yeah, they're great stands.
Great.
But now I want to replace the stands because I got newer covers that look even better than the dime store cover. I mean, they're all great covers, but I really would love to I got my Space Cruiser now, but you can't have three banners because you would block it because you're standing there at the Comic-Con. So
yeah, exactly.
I love the banners, but yeah, I would definitely love to get a new dime store banner.
Yeah.
And that's the team, Stone Tower Studios. I said Alfredo, my artist, and then Lucas Urata. He does the coloring, and then Lucas Tarita. He does all the lettering and is the project manager. And the best part is the comic's finished; it's done. So all it's got to be done now is the lettering. All the artwork's done, the coloring's done. So you're not going to be waiting. As I just said, I am mailing out Space Cruiser. Well, that just ended, about a little over a month ago. So I fulfill very quickly. I hate nothing. And I'm sure backers hate it too, waiting 6 months, 8 months for your comic books to arrive, So I fulfill very quickly, and this one will be no different. And I have to get it fulfilled quickly because in October, Alpha Dogs issue 5 is going to be coming out. So people don't want to, back a Kickstarter when they're still waiting on their comic books. And I've got some people now, I think, that are waiting to back Dime Store till they get their Space Cruising comic, which is in the mail. I've got about half of them mailed out right now. So
yeah, and obviously we all know where the money goes.
Yeah, I don't get a penny of it.
Well, hey, it just goes to show you this is where your money is going, especially for this quality of
Yeah,
story and artwork. And the concept is
absolutely.
just fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, and the cool part is about Kickstarter for people. I've got a lot of backer. I've got a lot of watchers right now, and people sometimes forget that if you back it now, no money's going to come out of your account until September 16th when the Kickstarter ends. So you can back it now. You know, if it comes to be September 14th, and hopefully now you decide, well, I don't have the money and not back it, then no harm, no foul. But I mean, I hope you don't. But but like I said, a lot of people they wait till the last minute because like, well, I don't have the money right now. But Kickstarter doesn't take any funds until after the Kickstarter ends, which in my case is not for another 27 days.
Yeah, yeah, 27 days to go and 55 backers. Folks, I wouldn't waste any time to back this project because look at all the great stuff here that you're getting.
Yeah, it's got some great covers. It's a very original indie. If you love original indie comics, if you like Ed Brubaker, um, I hate to say black sad, but it's that noir. If you like the supernatural stories, if you like crime mysteries, I kind of call it like Stephen King's It meets True Detective with
Yeah,
Dexter Detective.
yeah, because you definitely have that type of feel. Even in the pages, you're like, yeah, I could see this being a television series at some point. So
Yeah, I hope so. Knock on wood.
yeah, like I would indeed.
Yeah, thanks. I got a glass table here, so
Well, that's why I got the wood table. There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah. So check this out. You got 26 days to go.
Yeah.
But John, I have to ask you, how did you come up with the concept, and also, is it a condensed series, like maybe a limited series, or you see this ongoing?
No. So Dumpster Detective is an 8 issue series. This will be the halfway point. And I always tell people if you like this, you're gonna really love towards the end because what I did with this, I did a lot of setup for the first few issues, and then there's all the payoff. So but yeah, it's gonna be 8 issue series. And originally I came up with it, God, many years ago when I was doing my screenwriting thing. I had heard about now this is back when this is how long ago it was Osama bin Laden hiding in these caves, and there were these um, undiscovered caves in Afghanistan. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be awesome if I had a story about these soldiers that were after Osama bin Laden? They find this cave, and then kind of that's how it started. And I was going for a walk in the woods, and I thought, wow, what if I saw a dead body here? And that kind of added on, and it started going. And then, so I had written it as a screenplay, that version years ago. Like I said, during the Afghanistan war, and I wasn't all that happy with it. And then I had heard about the Dixie Mafia. And now the Dixie Mafia was a real mafia. So if you ever seen the movie Walking Tall,
Yeah.
now, granted, it's a lot different, but the rock version. But so it's a true story about the Dixie Mafia. They were drug runners, they were hitmen, and I just thought, man, why is it nobody ever told the story about these guys, like the New York Mafia, but of the Dirty South? And so that was kind of the genesis then of putting the other piece that I needed for Dime Store Detective. I wanted to do it where, this kid just, even though his dad is thought to be a murderer and a hitman, but the son never gives up, never gives in to the rumors, and always keeps the faith. So, and I love that kind of story where you kind of go back and forth in time to show the kid and show, like with It or True Detective, where you think you've conquered this person, this being, evil force, but there's a lot more that you don't know. And so it all kind of came together. And I really actually wrote all 8 issues of Dime Store Detective in less than a month. Because when it all came together, it was like, oh my God, this is such a great story, that I would, before work, I'd sit in the parking lot and write an issue in one day, and then the next day edit it, the next day write issue 2. And I mean, obviously you're rewriting, but the initial story was 8 issues written in a month, and that was back like, oh God, it's going on probably 4 years ago now. So
Wow. This is what happens, folks, when you get that bug. When you get that bug out of a great story idea, you gotta write it out all in one shot.
yeah, exactly. It's like this stream of consciousness, I guess you could say. So
Yeah, yeah. So please check out Dime Store Detective. You got 27 days, 26 days now. So get moving. Get moving. But
yeah,
personally,
yeah.
I get all the issues. Get them all. Just go ahead.
And you can go back and look at the previous campaigns and watch all the trailers are really, really awesome. So you can go back, see the trailer for issue 3, issue 2. There's not one for issue 1, and to help kind of give you a feel. And plus, the trailers are pretty awesome. So yeah, if you're kind of teetering, you can see preview pages from the last Kickstarters and watch the trailers.
Okay. Now, you said here, which was what your other series, Space Cruising. There's only one issue of that.
Yeah.
Now, so is that going to be another 8 issue type of deal?
No, that's going to be continuing series. I think right now I'm hoping to do a Space Cruising 2 in 2025. I can't say for sure because I'm trying to get Dempster Detective done because it's only 8 issues and Alpha Dogs out there. I probably shouldn't have done 3 comics because I've got it's tough getting the Kickstarter. It's a lot of work, I'm sure, as you well know that. So, but I really felt passionately about Space Cruising, so I put it out there. So my goal for 2025, which will probably change in a week, is to get 2 Dime Stores out and 2 Alpha Dogs out next year. And hopefully, maybe, I don't know, it's either going to, I'm not sure yet, but I don't know if I'll be able to get a Space Cruise in 2025 or not, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm really concentrating on Alpha Dogs and finishing out Dime Store Detective right now.
Well, that is fantastic. It sounds like you have a lot on your plate, obviously,
Yeah.
for the next year.
Yeah, probably bit off a little more than I could chew, but it's what you love, it's your passion, and it's really exciting for people to get a hold of your comics.
Yeah, especially when you go to conventions because they look at
Yeah.
your comics and you're like, "Wow, this looks great."
Yeah, yeah, and the cool part is this is be my 3rd year. I mean, kind of my second, but officially my 3rd year doing conventions. So I did only one in 2022. I just did the one. And then last year I hit them hard. This year I'm hitting them hard. And it was really cool when people come back from the previous convention to seek you out and to buy your next issue and tell you how much they enjoy it. It's a lot of fun and it makes you feel that you're doing something right. So.
Well, obviously you're doing something right because you got people that are coming back saying, "When's the next issue coming out?"
Yeah, it's a thrill.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Just keep at it, and eventually they will come to you.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Absolutely. So the Kickstarter campaign link is actually down below, scrolling down below. So guys, I would get on this. I know it's only 26 days, but believe me, it goes by like that.
Yeah, yes. Don't let me stress out because it's very stressful for creators when you're not funded yet. So
Yeah.
it's always never fun, but it's part of the game.
Well, that's the thing. It's always a trial and error type of deal.
Yeah.
What did I learn the first time? What can I do better the next time? And so on.
Absolutely. Make the funding goal 5 so I don't have to worry about it at
all. Exactly. Okay, but tell me about Alpha Dogs for a second here. That's volume.
Yeah, so volume one is out. It's a great series, as many people probably can attest. I'm trying to find the graphic novel. It's around here somewhere. But so Alpha Dogs is about this dog inspired by my dog. So we had this pit bull mix, and we lived in this town in Missouri that had outlawed pit bulls. So of course we moved because we weren't going to get rid of our dog, and that inspired me to create this series about this dog that's feared by the public because of his breeding size, but he actually has a huge heart. Here is the issue 2, the puppy buck cover. Is an awesome cover, cute puppy. um, but so the buck character, he has the ability to heal from any wound. He's smart enough to understand human speech. He has a heightened strength. Him and his owner are on the run from mercenaries that are attempting to kidnap him to manipulate his powers. It's a real fun. It's got a lot of mystery in it, like how the dogs got their powers in the first place. As the series goes along, these other dogs come in and have their own distinct abilities. The artwork's fantastic. Here's issue 1 actually. This is the variant that I only have a couple of, but yeah. So it's a real fun series, and you can look back on it on the Kickstarter from the previous under mine. This will be I think this is my 10th Kickstarter now. And it all started with Alpha Dog. So, and Alpha Dog's kind of sort of my flagship title, I guess you could say. It's the first one. It's been the most popular one. They're all, I don't have a favorite. They're kind of like your kids, your stories, your comics, So, but yeah, it's a fantastic story. It's got a lot of heart. It's got a lot of mystery. There's, there's a big story of this guy. So Buck and his owner have been on the run for his whole life, and she's kept her dog safe. There's Buck, and then there's Cyrus, this old grumpy pit bull that also has the same abilities as Buck. And after living this very lonely life on the run with her dogs, she gets manipulated by this guy into divulging the secrets of the dog's abilities. But little does she know, he already knows of the dog's abilities and has created this serum that once in possession of their blood, he can create his own dogs with incredible powers. So there's a lot going on. Like I said, it's kind of like X-Men, but with dogs to a certain extent, or like Incredible Journey, but dogs with these really cool powers. So yeah, I definitely would invite people to check it out. The trailers are really amazing, and I think you will. Like, again, you don't have to take my word for it. There's plenty of reviews that will tout the quality of it.
Absolutely. This is fantastic, John. Very fantastic. I'm glad that you're getting some obviously recognition, and also people are just coming to you to grab your stuff. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. Hopefully it all work out.
It all works out in the end.
Yeah.
All right. Before we actually end, folks, as always, I'd like you guys to check out my own stuff, of course. We have my own comic, Codename Hunter, a sci-fi spy thriller. It's got 3 issues right now on IndiePlat.com. As you can see, our overhead reviews. That's issue 2 right here. And issue 3. That was done by me and a very good friend of mine, Enrique Lopez. You might have heard of him. So that's on IndiePlat. We do have a Triple Threat Comics website that's being currently worked on. You'll have more information on that very soon. And, of course, my own other creation on tpublic.com. This is T-shirts by Little Ian, which is my other character. And, of course, some of the Codename Hunter merchandise and Triple Threat Comics. Yeah. But we're going to have a couple of back-to-school ones first. Obviously, some humor ones. So, for those of you who are kids, little kids that are going back to school, you might want to actually check them out. So, yeah. There's some great stuff coming up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had seen your stuff before. That's cool.
Was that?
I said I had never seen your stuff before. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Thank you. John, I wish you the best of luck in this Kickstarter.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you having me on. We'll definitely have to do it again sometime. Like I said, hopefully when Alpha Dogs comes out.
Absolutely. I would love to talk about Alpha Dogs with you again, because it sounds like a great comic anyway. So, yeah. But just give you folks one last look at the Kickstarter. So just give you one last look. Yeah, you got 26 days to go, and I'd like to see those numbers climb.
I hope so. I'm gonna be in trouble.
No, it's all good, so good. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be us for us tonight. I'm Ian Miller, and this has been Triple Threat Comics YouTube channel. Have yourself a good night, folks.